Once again, very good morning to all of you. So in the last session, we saw like how to prepare for prelims and how to study for when you have to attempt the objective MCQ type of questions. But this time it was a session planned on written examination, like how to write subjective examination, theory examination, or essay type of examination. So this is examination wherein you write different answers with a combination of words which form meaningful sentences, and again a group of some meaningful sentences form a paragraph, and you try to show your intellect, you try to impress or express your knowledge through that particular paragraphs or several paragraphs. So I'm requesting all the participants to keep your pen and paper ready. In between we will have one very simple question. You will need to write an answer of it, and you should paste it in a group. I think you know how to paste a photograph in the Zoom meeting. So let us start our presentation. The first thing would be like, what is the written exam? So yeah, it is a test in which you write an essay or certain number of paragraphs in response to the question, and it helps the examiner to check your ability to organize and write paragraphs or an essay. So mainly it is a kind of a test wherein everyone, the examiners, I mean to say, they are interested to see like how good you are with the flow of your thoughts and how best you can present them with a judicious economy of words. So considering the ARS mains pattern, there are like three parts, part A, B, and C. In the A part, there are 40 questions, like there will be 40 questions of 2 marks each. We call them 2 markers. So if you attempt all of them properly, you will get 80 marks, and answers required like very short and not exceeding more than 10 words at the most. So this is a really difficult, how to say, difficult thing to answer, because sometimes we write very wordly sentences, very wordly statements, and then examiners find like he is not writing to the point, he's just beating around the bush. So yeah, that might happen. Part B is like a 5 marker question, and they will be asking you 20 questions of 5 marks each. So probably you will have to write 1 or 2 paragraph, and if possible try to give some graphic explanation, and if you do it nicely, probably you can get 100 marks, but I'm not sure, nobody gets 100 out of 100. And in the part C, they will be asking you 6 essay type questions. They're a little bit long, and for each question there would be like 10 marks, and if you do it nicely, wonderfully, you will get 60 marks, and I hope so. But again, this type of questions are they give edge to the examiners, wherein they can cut or deduct many marks. So you can plan like 1 or 2 parts for this answers, and like 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, or 3 paragraph, and after that you can organize several paragraphs, but like 2 or 3 paragraphs would be nice, not more than that, because generally you get only 1 page max to max, as per my knowledge, to write these answers. Now what happens? Yeah, someone's mic is mute. Please unmute yourself. Whenever you go to write any exam, I'm telling you again and again, please read the rules and regulations or the cautions or the instructions written on the first page. Many students don't do it. So when I was checking for this particular presentation, there were certain cautions which I noticed, like marks will not be allotted for mere superficial knowledge. See, you are writing for the examination of a scientist, and you are not supposed to answer questions like Viva Voce student, Viva Voce of a UG student. So they will not give you any marks, or preferably they will give you like a half mark or 1 mark if you are writing answers with superficial knowledge. And the credit will be given for orderly, effective, and exact expression combined with due economy of words in all subjects of examination. So this is important. Okay, you really need to be orderly, like you really need to organize your thoughts regarding your answer when you attempt any answer, and you have to answer it in a very effective way along with the due economy of words. Okay. Don't write unnecessarily the, is, and, when, where, this kind of things, but try to write a group of words which convey the idea in a very precise manner. And if candidate's handwriting is not easily legible, a deduction will be made on this account from the total marks. So try to write or express your answers in a readable manner. Okay, don't use how to say the complex way of writing. Try to be how to say try to write answers in a very pleasant way, so that at least you don't give heart attack to the eyes of examiner. That's what I can say. It should be readable, it should be enjoyable. Okay, and that's the real test of genius, what I see. And then the question comes like how to study for the mains. Yeah, in the last presentation we have already seen like how to prepare for the prelims. Now this is the time to say like how to prepare for the mains. Again, I am telling you, we will be looking at it as a syllabus oriented study. The main foundation of studying for the main is quality reading. You really need to follow the holistic approach, and if possible, analyze the content. That analysis of content is very important. If you are reading anything about some particular keyword from the your syllabus, then you try to analyze that particular topic in a several way, and you try to create your own synthesized answers. So all these things we will be explaining one by one. And generally, I recommend that flashcard technique for writing answers, which we will see shortly. And if possible, try to spend some time for the practical answer writing. So in this particular order, we will begin the presentation regarding like how to really study for the mains. The first one is syllabus oriented study. I told you same thing while preparing for the prelims also. Like take syllabus and previous your question paper and always keep them. Always keep them with you. If possible, try to make several printout of a syllabus and try to paste them in on your study table or in your office where you work or I don't know, in your bedroom, to the door, in your toilet, wherever you like it. And what happens? You try to select that particular subtopic which you are going to read today. For example, NDDB, National Dairy Development Board. If you're reading that topic, you read it from the book, textbook, notes, internet, whatever it is. And once it is done, you strike it. But try to make some short notes regarding that topic. Like, yes, this is what I have read about it. And when you feel satisfied, like, okay, now I know like many things about NDDB. And if there is a question in the mains, I will definitely attempt it. So when you feel satisfied, strike it down from the syllabus. And that striking down ceremony should be so rigorous that within few days or maybe probably in few months, you should be able to strike the entire syllabus. And this is a very like a confidence booster. Okay. Then the second part is quality reading. Many students, they still struggle with the quality reading because they lack concentration. Because of this mobile phone, which is a very evil thing, which you all are facing, I know. But this, how to say, lack of concentration is a very disastrous, because all the time, like you're physically over there, but mentally you're somewhere in the universe, roaming with, I don't know, some stars and imaginary girlfriends or something. So you please try to focus your attention for quality reading. Yeah. If you read something again and again, like if you read a book today and again you read it or revise it after 2 months, you will derive new meaning out of it. And that is why quality reading with full concentration is important. And while doing it, you try to absorb all pieces of information from different sources. Like let's take example of NDDB, National Dairy Development Board. There is one chapter in your textbook, you read it. Then again you refer your classroom notes or something, you read it. Then again you open your training manual, you read it. Still you're not satisfied, go to the Wikipedia and see what is there on the NDDB. Still not satisfied, you go to this website of NDDB and scroll it down. This is how you are going to absorb maximum amount of information about that one particular keyword which is written in your syllabus. So know more and more about the little. This is what my strategy is. If you are studying something, you should be able to know many things about that institution, organization, or that topic. And once you have that how to say, satisfactory quantum of information. You try to organize it in your notes, and then again, you don't have to read from all the sources. You simply revise your notes. Now, I recommend students like to go for the holistic approach. But what is holistic approach? I mean to say, do not skip anything. Read everything. Okay. There are some seniors, or there are some juniors, or there are some batchmates who try to mislead you. They will simply tell you, अरे कुछ नहीं होता है, GRF के लिए तो सिर्फ इकोनॉमिक्स से पढ़ना होता है, एक्सटेंशन का तो कुछ सवाल आता नहीं है, जो होता है वो बहुत आसान होता है, तुम ऐसे ही पास हो जाएगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. ओके, लाइक पत्ते वो होते ना, कार्ड्स आर ऑलवेज क्लोज. वो कब कौन सा पत्ता आ जाएगा, कब कौन सा क्वेश्चन पेपर आ जाएगा, किसी को पता नहीं होता है. सो यू प्रिपेयर thoroughly, do not skip anything, read everything and develop clarity of understanding. Just like that, reading will not give you that much amount of confidence. But if you can develop that particular clarity, like why this particular institution was opened and how it is contributing today, like what is the impact and what should be the future of that particular institution. So when you develop this kind of a clarity around that particular topic, for example, we are talking about NDDB, then you will be able to answer that particular question in a very relevant manner, okay, which is appealing for the examiner. Yeah, if everyone is writing answer from the textbook, then it's boring. But if you are putting your thoughts by using and referencing several sources, then it's an interesting answer. Then read in between the lines. It takes time. Everyone cannot read in between the lines. There are many who cannot even read the lines. Even if they are in PhD or MSc, I have seen people, they cannot even interpret the correct meaning of a line. And that is a big problem with this current generation. So try to read in between the line. How to do it? You read it again and again, and then only you will derive the secondary and tertiary meaning out of that sentence. I do not have a very good example of it right now with me, but okay, we will see some examples in the upcoming slides. And if you are interested, you can talk. But yeah, you don't talk. That's again one problem. And develop some tricks to memorize your own answers. You try to memorize some tricks, acronyms, short forms, some diagrams, some flow charts, some brain maps, something, so that you can remember your answers with how to say, with ability to recreate all the sections of answer if the question is asked in the examination. And like, let us take the example of this relationship diagram. If you have that particular understanding about this topic, like let us talk about the family or the social institutions, or what are the natural resources we have in the village. If you are having the clarity about this particular diagram and you have memorized it, understood it well, if there is a question about like this institution and their interaction, you can answer it very fantastically. Or maybe you can give new thoughts, like why we need to stop using wells and how they are affecting our energy and how they are affecting our forest, and how best we can go for the rainwater harvesting or something. So like, it's up to you how you derive the higher level message from the particular text or diagram. Okay. Like bursting diagram, this is also one way I generally used when I used to study for my examination. Like, let us talk about the forest and what we get from the forest, or how particular community utilizes it. So this is very easy to remember, memorize, and recreate in the examination. But if you are good with this kind of diagrams, for example, I took this development indicators. So even if you scribble this diagram in the answer sheet, you will get definitely like a half mark extra or 1 mark extra for your like clarity of thoughts and putting the answer in a comprehensive way. Many students, they only rely on the words, but if you can supplement your answer with some text, if you can supplement your text answer with some diagram, some figure, some table, or some illustration, it is always like added advantage. You can use a Venn diagram also. For example, I took the example of this democracy. It is not just a word, but it has a certain components overlapping with each other, like government, civil society, private sector, technology, history, tradition, and culture. Now, again, we are back to our topic, like how to study for the mains. Now, analysis of content and synthesis of answer, we are here. So how you do it? Analysis of a content and synthesis of answer, it's up to you. How you see particular answer and how you remember it, it's mainly up to you. But I generally recommend student to go for a flashcard technique. Okay. I find this way very unique because it gives me that opportunity to carry my notes wherever I want, and I can memorize them in a very systematic way, and I enjoy it. Okay. For example, what I do, how I prepare a flashcard: take A4 size paper sheet, divide it into two equal parts horizontally, tear and split it carefully. Now that is one small piece of paper. I call it like a flashcard, and use it judiciously and precisely for writing down enriched, some synthesized, quality, and summarized answer forming words. I'm not telling you to write the entire answers and paragraphs again. I'm only asking you to write down some keywords which are enriched, synthesized, quality, summarized, answer forming words. On the one side, I will only write all these important keywords in a very judicious and precise manner. And at the back of that particular flashcard, I will write some diagrams or some illustrations or some additional information about that topic. And we all know, like, this Edgar Del's cone of experience. So if you want to enhance your retention capacity, please don't rely on reading. Many a time we only read like night to day and day to night. Like knowledge retention or the information retention is like only 10%, but you are from the extension discipline, so you should be knowing how to expand your the capacities of your brain for retaining answers. So the best part is like 70% of what they say and write is easily remembered. So use that flashcard technique. Okay. But generally my experience is, when you prepare your flashcard and you try to synthesize it and you create some diagram out of it, some illustration out of it, your retention is more than 7%. It goes really up to 90%. Okay. So please develop that habit of using flashcard if you are preparing for the mains. And for example, there are 200 keywords in your syllabus, then you should be having exactly 200 or something like 250 flashcards with you. And like when you are traveling in a train, when you are traveling in a flight, going to mess or anything and everything, at that time also you can revise them. That's very easy. You don't have to carry those bulky ancient type of notes. No, you simply carry this 200 pages with you and you summarize. Okay, ye ho gaya, okay, ye ho gaya. If you find or if you come across any interesting information about one particular topic, you again scribble it down and you continue revising it. This is how to say, one smart recipe to create some answer forming words and remember them. And when you get any question, maybe in like a 2 marker, 5 marker or 20 marker, you can recreate it using that flashcard. Okay, because you are only using the answer forming words. Say even if it is a 10 marker, 2 marker, and you have to write 10 words, you will simply write any 10 good relevant answer forming words. Okay. And that's why this habit is very how to say interesting and gives you an edge in the examination. Now it's a time for practical answer writing. You have your 250 or I don't know 200 flashcards ready with you. Now you spend some time for a practical answer writing, 2 marker, 5 marker and 20 marker, and it should be a time bound exercise, and you should be able to answer your question in a such a way that your answers are question oriented. You should be writing what is asked by the examiners, and you should not be writing what you know about that particular topic. So there is a difference in between these two things. And if possible, for example, Manoj sir is conducting these tutorial classes, so you can ask someone from your university or from your state to organize some mock test, and you can give at least like 5 mock tests of writing answers in exam like situation, and you can get them cross-checked by friends. And in this entire process, you should be stressing on correcting your mistakes, correcting your errors. Okay, if you can get this opportunity, that's really wonderful. And when you really go to the mains exam for writing mains, read the entire question paper. Okay, the time division we will see later, like how to classify how many minutes for which activity, but you try to read the entire question paper. It activates your subconscious mind. Even if you don't know some questions and their particular answers, it gives an opportunity to your subconscious brain to brainstorm and bring out some ideas about answering that question. So it accelerates a flow of answers in your head, and it helps you choosing the question. Like there are 10 questions and they're asking you to attempt any 5 or 6 or 7. Then if you are reading the entire question paper, it gives you that decision making power ability, like which 5 or 7 I'm going to ask out of them. Okay, so this is also a confidence boosting exercise. And let us see like how to deal with the 10 marker, because if you are not good with answering 10 marker, then probably you are going to lose many marks. And that is why we will see this a little bit more. Like these are the essay type of questions, and it is a test of logical knowledge, and it is also a test of like your logical thought process, like how logically you are answer the question with your knowledge. And I look at it as a way to demonstrate your scientific temper. It is not just omitting the content in the examination, but you really have to demonstrate your scientific temper, that yes, you are eligible, you are capable to become a scientist in this particular system, and express yourself as the most suitable scientist. When you write answer, you express yourself as a most suitable scientist. Okay, just don't write answers for the sake of answers. So for example, there is a 10 marker question on any topic, and you are using your flashcard to answer it. Then how you should be answering it? As I told you, generally for the 10 marker, you should be using how to say 3 paragraphs to answer the question. In the first paragraph, like the introduction to the answer, you should be using informative, impressive, interesting, and positively arranged answer forming words to create introduction for your answer. Remember again, informative, impressive, interesting, positively arranged introduction. Then the second part is a body. What it is? It should be enriched, relevant, thoughtful, logical, and attractive body of answer. Okay. And the third conclusion, third paragraph, it should be convincing, visionary, realistic, and insightful. It should not be boring, monotonous, hopeless kind of answer. So these are the words in the form of adjectives I'm presenting in front of you, so that you can choose the quality for your answer. Okay. So generally it would look like something like this. Okay. Make a rough plan for your answer, at least in your mind. Okay. But if you can make it with a pencil somewhere on a paper, that is also perfectly fine. And decide the order that you would like to follow when presenting your ideas, and prepare a rough outline with your brainstorm notes or answer forming words or your diagrams, everything and anything, and you recreate that answer in this way. Introduction, like few words, paragraph 1. Then body, it might contain like subtopic A, subpoint A, subpoint B, subpoint C, and maybe some graph, data, diagram, flow chart, figure, illustration. I don't know what you are going to put it there. And finally, the conclusion, probably 4 or 5 lines, something like that. Okay. But while answering this 10 marker question, you really need to remember one thing. Read the question carefully and don't misinterpret it. Okay, there are many people who are in a great hurry to answer the questions. They do not take that thoughtful moment to really understand like what is being asked, what is asked by the examiner, and they are simply attempting the question only for the sake of writing the paper within 2 hours or 3 years. This is a very disastrous habit. If you have it, please correct it. Understand the question and then take a pause and think again what exactly I should write. The taking pause is very important. Like, okay, this is the question, but what I'm going to write. And when you are sure like that is the answer, you go for it. Don't write what you know. Again, I'm telling, don't write what you know. Fulfill the question's demand only. For example, if the question is, what are the implications of Krishi Vigyan Kendrats for promoting sustainable development? What are the implications of Krishi Vigyan Kendrats for promoting sustainable development? And you are writing the answer only about the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, then you are committing a suicide. The question is about implications of a KVKs for sustainable development. So you really have to like write 1 or 2 lines about KVK, and after that you should be switching immediately to the implications for sustainable development. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 lines for the sustainable development. If you want to say or show that yes, I know what sustainable development is in the context of KVKs or in the context of India, that is perfectly fine. But for the entire page, you should not be writing the KVK. Okay, that is what I'm trying to tell you. And that is why there are some question tags. For example, discuss, describe, explain, distinguish, differentiate, examine, enumerate, reason, analyze. You should be knowing these question tags, like what is being asked by the examiner. When they say discuss, you discuss like both positive and negative. When it is a describe, then you only focus on that particular subject matter point. When they say explain, then answer should be based on answering in detail why, how, for what, everything. You try to give all important points. If there is like a distinguish, then you should be able to answer the question in such a way that you are trying to give like a 2 contrasting pictures. Differentiate. There should be a detailed comparison and distinguishing. Examine. The answer should consist of how good, like what are the disadvantages, impact, something like that. Like you're really examining the situation. Enumerate. Then you list out all the factors and you describe them one by one, explain them one by one. Reason, find out what is the correct reason for that particular subject or notion in science. It's up to you. Analyze. Then again, you try to view the situation in a very futuristic manner and you try to give what will happen in future, how good or bad or something like that. So you try to familiarize yourself with this question tags. Any problem up to this? Are you guys listening to me? अरे सुन रहे हो?
Yes, sir.
ओके, कितना लोगों के पास पेन है, पेपर है या नहीं है? डाकू, आप में से कितना लोगों के पास पेन और पेपर नहीं है? I told you to keep your pen and paper ready. कैमरा तो ऑन करो भाई. कहाँ हो? ऑफिस में हो कि बगीचे में हो?
क्लासरूम में सर.
अच्छा, someone is teaching?
सर.
Someone is teaching or
नहीं.
I am alone with you? And Mr. Abhinav, what I'm trying to tell, so it would be convenient for you to have pen and paper so that we can take one very easy question and we will try to see like how we answer it. Okay. Deepika, Pranita, Martina, Shanthya, Vinoda, Lohita, Ramdevi, Priti, Datir, Pallavi, Fukan, Bhat. अरे मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर गर्ल्स ओनली. ये अभिनव ही अकेला लड़का है क्या? वुमेन्स डे आज जोर से सेलिब्रेशन चल रहा है शायद. सो नाइस. अरे मैडम लोग, आपका कैमरा ऑन करो यार, आपके पास पेन पेपर है कि नहीं, इतना तो बताओ। सी वी नीड टू प्रैक्टिस आंसर राइटिंग। ओके, ऐसे अगर प्रवचन हम कितने भी दे तो उससे कोई फर्क पड़ने वाला नहीं है। अरे यार तुम गजब लोग हो, क्या हो गया तुम लोगों को? टेक पेन एंड पेपर and tell me on which topic you want a question. रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी से चाहिए या जनरल चाहिए? एवरीवन चैट बॉक्स में डालो। We need to practice answer. Okay, so you want a general question or
Yes, sir, general question.
methodology, या मैनेजमेंट से लूं या साइकोलॉजी से लूं या सोशियोलॉजी से लूं? जनरल नॉलेज। ओके, बाकी लोगों को क्या एक एक प्लेट डोसा लगा दूं फटाफट? अरे मेरा एक्सटेंशन का भविष्य कहाँ छुप के बैठा है? अरे बाहर निकलो भाई। हाँ, I will be typing a question. Okay, everyone is ready with pen and
Yes, sir,
paper?
ready.
अरे चैट बॉक्स में yes or no डाल दो।
Ready, sir, ready.
Okay, thank you, अभिनव, थैंक यू। देखो, मैं इंटर दबाऊंगा, आपके सामने क्वेश्चन आएगा। ओके, हाउ मेनी मिनट्स यू वांट? मे बी 7 मिनट्स यू टेक। जो भी आपको अच्छा लगे आंसर लिखो, उसका मोबाइल में फोटो लो, और ये चैट बॉक्स में जो आता है ना, एक पेपर जैसा दिखता है, उसमें से आप उसको इंक्लोज करके इस ग्रुप में डालो। ओके, क्वेश्चन इज वेरी सिंपल, आंसर करो। इट इज फॉर द 10 मार्क। ओके, आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन। देयर इज अ ब्रेक ऑफ 7 मिनट्स। अभी 11:40 हुए, 11:47 पे हम बात करेंगे। हाँ भाई लोग, कितने लोगों का हो गया? अभिनव हो गया मित्र? और 3-4 लोग तो फरार भी हो गए। क्या बात है।
सर कर रहा हूँ सर, बस एक मिनट सर।
अरे करो करो, कोई नहीं। लोहिता, दीपिका, मार्टिना, विनोदा, जेसन, प्रणीता एंड बात। जैसे ही आपका आंसर हो जाए मित्रों, यू ट्राई टू टेक अ स्नैप ऑफ इट. Preferably it should be like one page only, and put it in a group. Okay. अरे हो गया। चलो डालो फटाफट इधर, चैट बॉक्स में डालो। एग्जाम में इतना टाइम नहीं मिलेगा आपको। अरे कहाँ चले गए सबके सब? अरे डाकू, फटाफट स्क्रीनशॉट लो। चलो। अरे हमें अगला प्रेजेंटेशन भी खत्म करना है, अभी बहुत सारी स्लाइड्स बाकी हैं। खतरनाक आदमी हो यार। 10 मिनट से ज्यादा हो गए अब। इतना टाइम नहीं मिलेगा आपको।
सर लिख चुका हूँ सर, वो फोटो भी खींच लिया, अब इसमें भेजने का ऑप्शन नहीं दिया सर है।
शेयरिंग नहीं हो रहा है।
अच्छा सर, शेयरिंग करूँ, ओके सर।
ये यहाँ पे देखो ना, नीचे चैट बॉक्स खोलो, वहां पे जब आप लिखते हो टू एवरीवन, उसके सामने ऐसे स्माइली के बगल में एक पेपर का आइकॉन आता है। उस पे जैसे ही क्लिक करोगे ना, तो आपको वो फोल्डर खुल जाएगा कि जिसमें से आपको फोटो इनक्लोज करके भेजना है। लोहिता, मार्टिना, विनोदा, जेसन, प्रणीता, नागेश, आप लोगों को भी अपने आंसर शेयर करो फटाफट। बात आप भी। अरे आप अपना सरनेम लिख के रखे हो यार। आपका नाम पता नहीं है हमें। चलो जो कुछ भी है आप अपना फटाफट आंसर शेयर करो, so that we can analyze them and we can move forward. मनोहर सर, एक्सक्यूज मी, तुम्ही तिथे आहात का?
येस
सर ये स्टुडंटला आहे ना चॅटचे प्रिव्हिलेजेस दिलेत का सर? अलाउ पार्टिसिपंट्स टू चॅट.
yes I will allow them to chat. Okay, let me see where I can do because I am in mobile
बर,
currently.
नाही तर मग मला सर को होस्ट म्हणून हे करा तुम्ही.
You are already co-host and I had requested to all them to unmute. I will make you host. Okay.
Okay, then
You are already host, but now I will make you co-host so that you can you will be able to handle the session.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Yes, you are now host. Okay.
Okay. हेलो मिस्टर और अफशान भट्ट, अरे आपका शेयरिंग तो अलाउड है ना? यू सी, आई विल शेयर द स्क्रीन. यहाँ पे आ जाओ. कुछ नहीं करना है आप लोग को. आपका जो पेपर है उसका फोटो लीजिए. उसके बाद में ये जो चैट बॉक्स में बस ये जो आइकॉन है ना, इस पे जाइए. यहाँ पे जहाँ पे आपने उसको लेके रखा होगा, जिस फोल्डर में होगा, आपका मोबाइल में है तो इसमें होगा, इमेजेस गैलरी में होगा, बस वहां पे जाके उसके ऊपर क्लिक कर दीजिए. इट विल कम. क्यों नहीं आएगा? अनुभव आपका कहाँ है? आपने लिखा ना, शेयर करो. लोहिता आपने लिखा ना, कहाँ पे है आपका आंसर? वेयर इज योर आंसर? दीपिका, विनोदा, प्रणीता, नागेश, फटाफट आंसर शेयर करो यार. हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? क्या हो रहा है? You see, can you see my screen? It is a chat box. Okay, in the chat box here is one icon. It looks like a paper. You click on it and you can see the different folders from your mobile phone if you are on mobile phone, and simply you send it from there. Okay, or if you want I can give my email address. You can send it to email also. You see, this is the email address. If you don't know how to share it on Zoom, this is my email address. Simply enclose that particular image in your email inbox, copy this email address and send it to it.
ओके सर, ईमेल पे कर देता हूँ.
Yeah, like whatever is convenient for you.
थैंक यू सर।
अरे बाकी लोगों ने आंसर लिखे कि नहीं? अरे कहाँ हो? हमें कुछ तो बताओ यार। भेज रहे हो, भेजेंगे? मुश्किल है। Yeah, Lohita, I could see yours now.
सर सेंड कर दिया।
अभिनव आ गया। एक एक को डाउनलोड कर रहा हूं मैं। ओके, अभी तक 4 आ गए हैं। लोहिता, अभिनव, मार्टिना एंड बात अफसाना। ओके, okay, can you see my screen now? अरे आप लोग मेरा स्क्रीन देख रहे हो?
यस सर, दिख रहा
Yes,
है।
we are able to see it.
Okay, okay. So this first answer, I think it came from the Lohita. KVKs play a prime role towards the development of farming community. In case of gender, both male and female farmers contribute equally, but despite of equal contribution towards the farming, female farmers earn only 1% of own only 1% of Agril land. Moreover, they don't get equal opportunities towards decision making. Technologies that has been developed are also oriented towards male. So KVK should impart training towards the use of advanced technology, should make them aware about market information and encourage them for the entrepreneurship development by the use of natural resources. Okay, ma'am, that's why I keep telling people, like, read the question properly. Okay, we can easily categorize this answer as a superficial knowledge. Who sent this answer? किसका है भाई ये? अरे ये आंसर किसका है? 4 लोगों ने भेजा है। ड्यू टू क्या है ये? Several KVK। अरे भाई ये किसका, एक बार पढ़ के बताओ। Yeah, like what's अरे भाई ये जिसका भी है देखो, this is also superficial knowledge, and please don't write answer like this in the mains. Okay, आपको मैंने more than 10 मिनट दिए थे, बट जितना हमने बताया उतना एक ने भी ऑर्गेनाइज करके आंसर अभी तक नहीं बताया. Gender issues can be implemented through KVKs with the following. ये किसका आंसर है? प्लीज टेल मी. मैडम सर जो भी हो, देखिए आपने यहाँ पे भी रिकमेंडेशन से ज्यादा दिए हुए हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इम्प्लीकेशंस. ओके, एंड दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन यू आंसर द क्वेश्चन विथ व्हाट यू नो. Implications of KVK for mainstreaming gender issues in agriculture. Gender issues refer to all the aspects and issues that create difference in access and use of resources in society. In agriculture, unpaid or low paid work, low decision making power, etc. are some of the gender issues in agriculture. Gender issues need to be addressed for fair and justified, or what is judicial treatment for men and women in agriculture.
However,
Yeah, I couldn't, however, but I was thinking what is there next. However, there has been a paradigm shift in the perspective on gender mainstreaming. This we owe to many institutions, and one such prime is KVK. KVKs not only help in technology dissemination but help in human resource development. Various on-farm and off-farm trainings are conducted for farm women, etc. KVKs participate women in setting their agricultural produce, selling their agricultural produce for generating additional income, etc. Thus KVKs, ma'am, what is the last line? Contribute their bit in
eliminating gender issues in agriculture.
Very good. See, this is a, how to say, a relatively much better answer, wherein you have used very good keywords for forming this answer, but still we are not answering the question. Implications of KVKs for mainstreaming gender issues in agriculture. Okay, so I suggest all of you first to plan answer in your at least in your brain, like what exactly I'm going to do. At least you have tried to shift your answer in a 3 paragraphs, or at least in 2 paragraphs, what I could see. And this is a, like, if I have to give marks out of this 4, I will give definitely more marks to this question, but it's not giving more mark to one. I wish like each one of you should contribute by writing good answer, and something like this, or madam, something like this, we really need to improve, because this is a superficial knowledge. Really, at least madam but tried to incorporate few issues or few sentences which are taking this answer towards close to the appropriate answer. But still, ma'am, I think I will show you one example, and then you will get more clarity. Just give me a second. I'm sharing my screen. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, can you see the presentation now, or you are seeing something else? Someone please give me feedback. Can you see the presentation in a clear manner, or you are looking something else?
No, sir,
No,
we
sir.
can't see.
Just this is like my computer is from Germany, so sometimes that software issue is difficult to handle. Display setting. Okay. Share screen. Okay, now can you see the full screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So see, my dear friends, what happens? I requested one of my friend. He was from the entomology discipline. He wrote ARS mains like 2 or 3 times, but still he was not getting the final result in a very positive way. So I told him, like, can you please write one answer maybe from this year and send it to me in a way that you wrote it in examination? And the question was like, what is metamorphosis? Explain the different type of metamorphosis in insect. It was a very simple and basic question, and I told him, like, you take your time, you write your answer and send it to me. And this is what he said. And after seeing this answer, I was really frustrated, like, why are you writing that answer again like a UG student? You should be writing your answer like as if you are a good scientist, the most suitable scientist for this service. And I'm not from entomology, but then I took my efforts to send him, like, by you have to write answers something like this. So I sent him this answer so that he can understand like how really he should be writing answers if he wish to get a mark in the examination. Okay, so these are the same instructions I told him in that year. That was I think 2013 or 14, I just don't remember exactly, but I told him the same way again, and I scanned this paper and I sent it to him, like, this is how you need to answer, like, what is metamorphosis, your the like introduction should be there, and after that there should be a body wherein I shown him like use the small diagram, and then simple metamorphosis, complex metamorphosis, or complete metamorphosis, something like that. And after that there should be a good conclusion, it should not be a superficial. Okay, and like at present NARS is widely concerned about insect pest management, and to boost farm productivity, the scientific study of metamorphosis of pest help in understanding habitat, crop damage, which makes pest management measure successful. Advanced research on insect metamorphosis with molecular aspect and nanotechnology can metamorph Indian farming. So this is something you really need to master, this skill, like how you are going to show that futuristic perspective in combination with the existing situation. So now you please compare your own answer, like that was a very simple question from your own discipline, but still we struggle a lot to answer it. And if we use the superficial knowledge to answer our questions, then definitely we are doomed in the examination. And most of the time we get position or success not because of our talent, but because of the mistakes which are made by others. So you please remember, or you please orient yourself with answer writing. This is what I was trying to tell you. Okay. Dealing with the 5-marker. The 5-marker question are the smaller version wherein you are at least supposed to write, how to say, like one paragraph. So there would be a 20 questions of 5 mark each. Like they are a small question and expecting a paragraph of answer, but they test your brief answer writing skill. It's a way to demonstrate the clarity of concept and information of a subject matter. It's not that difficult if you are well studied or you have revised your syllabus. But how to answer this question, then you definitely you have to behave like a Chatur Lingam. You might be remembering that guy from the 3 Idiot movie. If you ask him some definition, he will tell precisely. Okay, so same thing you need to imitate over here. When they ask you a question, you demonstrate the answer in a very, very precise manner. Like, this is what you asked, and this is what I'm giving to you. Okay. So for example, you can follow this kind of a format for a 5 marker. Okay. You can write either 1 paragraph or 2 paragraph. For example, if you want to write a 2 paragraph, then give the running introduction, write some answer, and take a transition and go to the running conclusion. If you wish to write 1 paragraph in combination with the relevant diagram or figure, you can use the second model. And this is how you can directly answer question with that particular short note. Okay. And how to deal with the 2 marker. There would be 40 questions of 2 mark each. We call them like a 2-liner answers. And it is a taste of writing informative cluster of words. You are not supposed to write the complete answers, the complete word. Okay. Even if you write the most relevant words, answer forming words, the keywords pertaining to that particular question, that is more than enough. It's a way to demonstrate precise thinking. Okay. Just to the point and not beating around the bush. That should be your strategy while attempting the 2 markers. And in this particular section of a question paper, you should be behaving like a PA of a prime minister. Okay. If honorable prime minister is asking you a question, you will not be having that like time of 2 hours to explain him everything. You have to answer the situation about the big issues or any about important issue in the happening in the country within like a few seconds, like a 20 seconds or 30 seconds max to max. That's the amount of time one gets like a secretary or this national security advisor to brief the prime minister. Like this is the situation and this is what we are supposed to do. So please follow that strategy. For the 2-liner, answer the question quickly. Okay, so this should be the format for the 2 marker. Quickly recall 5 to 10 keyword from your reading or revision or the flashcard. Write them in the logical sequence and separate idea by comma and continue writing keywords. For example, the short question is Krishi Vigyan Kendra. What you should be writing? Definitely you can generate many ideas, but just for the sake of example, I wrote district-based farmer-centric unit deals with OFT, FLD, OFTs, vocational training and seed production. So something like that, the keywords you should be writing. Then again, there are some, how to say these diagrams you can use and memorize, for example, for the good governance. During the mains exam, you try to complete your paper at least 10 minutes before the exam bell, final duration. And so that is why you really need that super fast answer writing speed. And it is crucial and instrumental for your success. Like just now I told you, like you will get 7 minutes, but almost each one of you took more than 12 or 13 minutes. And after that also, some of you could not write the answer up to the mark. So that is why you really need to capitalize on the speed of answer writing. And how many words you should be writing in 1 minute? 20 to 25 words you should be writing in 1 minute if you wish to really crack the exam in a very first attempt. Okay. And while writing this 20 to 25 words, don't count a and the, is, of, no. Okay. We are talking about the content word and not this auxiliary grammatical words. Maintain speed and accuracy throughout the session. The first answer with a very good Rangoli type of handwriting, very beautiful, and last 5 answer with extremely, I don't know, teacher type of handwriting. No. And you see, while writing your answers, I was having difficult times. Okay. So readable and giving difficulty to examiner. See, you are familiar with your own handwriting since last 20-25 years. I'm not. I am examiner, I am paper checker, and I have many things to do. You should be empathizing with me. अरे इसको ऑफिस का काम करना है, रिपोर्ट करना है, उसका खुद का रिसर्च प्रेजेंट करना है, बाकी बच्चों के क्लास लेना है. और अगर आपका एक आंसर राइटिंग क्या बोलते हैं उसको, आपका आंसर पढ़ने में अगर मुझे दिक्कत हो रही है, तो नेचुरली मेरा जो वो रिदम होता है ना कि मैं इस बंदे को मार्क्स दूंगा, वो टूट जाता है. एंड व्हेन आई वाज थिंकिंग टू गिव यू For example, 8 marks out of 10, and if I could not read your good answer also, मैं गुस्सा के लिखूंगा, इसको 4 मार्क देते हैं, छोड़ो यार, क्या लिख के रखा है पता नहीं. So this is what happens. Okay, you should be knowing the mentality of examiner. Okay, they don't get one day to check one answer sheet. I repeat, they don't get one day to check one answer sheet. They get very little time. Okay, so please empathize with the examiner. Your handwriting should be readable. Okay, legible. There is one particular word, but you try to enhance the readability of your handwriting. Okay. Maintain the speed and accuracy throughout the session. Check answers and highlight the keywords. Okay. If you get some time, go back, read your answers quickly, and if you find yes, this is a keyword, just highlight it. This is a good habit which will give you an edge. So the time management is also important issue in the examination, and this is what I do with my time management stuff. For example, for part A, 40 question, 80 marks. Part B, 20 question, 100 mark. Part C, 6 question, 60 mark. Total 240 mark. Now you will get 3 hours. That is 180 minutes for 240 marks, which means you will get 1 hour to answer for 80 marks. That is 60 minutes for 80 marks. So now you really have to plan like how many minutes I shall be spending for how many marks. So for example, the genius brains who are going to pass the examination, they will do something like this. Like for each minute, they will try to attempt answer for 1.5 mark. And with this formula, they will go something like this. For part A, they will use maximum 54 minutes. That is 1.35 minutes per question. For part B, 67 minutes, 3.35 minutes per question. And part C, 40 minutes, that is 6.66 minutes per question. And that is why, my friends, I gave you 7 minutes. That was more than your requirement. But you see, have you ever planned your strategy for examination, for writing mains examination? So many students or many participants or many candidates, they don't plan their time, and that is why they face miserable failure. So with this particular planning, you still get 19 minutes more, 5 minutes for reading question paper, 5 minutes for deciding your strategy, which questions you will answer and what you will do, 5 minutes for final touch-up, makeup, highlighting, whatever you call it, and 4 minutes to recheck entire answer sheet. If something is left, if you have done some mistake or something, and that's it. So any problem up to this?
No, sir.
Is it good or too boring?
Too good.
Okay.
Good.
I hope others are not sleeping. Now we have only 7 people, including Manor sir. So I think we will stop over here. Yeah, it's more than 1.5 hours now. Thank you. There is one feedback to you, but Apsana, your answer writing is really good. You try to just little bit improve your handwriting in such a way that one can read it smoothly, and your English writing skills are very good. So capitalize on it. If you incorporate some diagram, some illustration with your answer, definitely it would be a good answer. This test was not only about the question, how correctly you answer it, but I wanted to see like how best you people can present your thoughts. My remaining 3 friends, please do not write superficial answer. Please do not write superficial answer. Okay, many people, they only write superficial words and they think, "Arey, main to pura paper likh ke aaya hu, mera to selection tay hai." And after that, when they get result, their name never appears in the final list, and that is the big problem, guys. Okay, so I have already shown you one test answer written by me. It was easy to read for you, I hope, and you could see the diagram and everything, and distinctly written 3 paragraphs. So this is how you really need to plan your answers. If you can plan your answers, you can plan for success. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, and Yeah, looking forward for your bright success. Thank you. Okay. Hello, sir. We will stop over here. Monor, sir. Okay. It seems that Monor, sir, is also not here.